So there was a comment, and in that there was a question that comes up every once in a while whenever I talk to someone. And the question is my standing on bio products or less processed products or unprocessed or whatever. Now, the disclaimer is that I don't have an extensive knowledge about all these. And having that said, up until recent years, when heavy import of food, processed food, started to flow into Hungary, things were relatively bio. Even though we used pesticides and the like, factory farms and all that sort of modern processed chemically enhanced food was not really a thing. And the reason I don't know a lot about that is because, up until recent years, it's not been an issue in Hungary. Because in Hungary, especially in the countryside, people tend to have their own meat, their own food that grows in their garden or on their land. Because the typical countryside Hungarian household, even in villages, are different from that of the US or especially the UK. In the UK, people tend to congregate into a village, creating what I usually would call a small town with multi-story houses and everything, and then leave the fields alone without any proper shed, most of the time, outside or in the outskirts of the village. But villages in Hungary usually have the same features. So the features are the following. There is the house, obviously, very close to the front of the property. There is a tiny fancy garden and a fence. Next to the house there is usually a driveway. Now, it was used for carriages, horse carriages, some time ago, but now it's used for cars. So that didn't really change as a functionality. Then, usually, they have the vegetable garden, where they grow vegetables like tomatoes and cabbages and whatever. And next to that, or in front of or beyond, is usually the housing of the animals. Now, typical animals are chicken, duck, pigs, but that's a bit of a bigger operation. And then some people still have horses and or cows and goats and sheep. And then the property does not end there. We are a bit beyond the house now, as you can imagine, but there is a really long and kind of narrow land that still belongs to the property. And there are two options with that. Either you cultivate it yourself or rent it out for someone to cultivate. And the idea is that a household is not just self-sufficient, but is able to produce exports to make money, usually for winter. Now, the relatives I have in the countryside, and the place where we used to go, was exactly like this. And instead of growing wheat or corn or potatoes, the owner decided to grow some special purple flowers that I forgot the name of, but it was used in the pharmaceutical industry, and there was a buyer in the village, so a couple of people decided to grow this flower. And what you had to do was simply pick the flower petals, put them up your attic, wait for them to dry, put them into bags and sell them. So because of whatever I've described just now, I hope it kind of makes sense that in the Hungarian countryside, nobody goes to restaurants really. Nobody wants to buy extra poultry or vegetables or things like that. Most of the time, people either grow their own or grow something in bigger quantities and either sell them or distribute them to other households in exchange for other products. So technically, in a village where everybody loves each other and everybody is a productive member of the community, you can survive on growing only tomatoes because you know that other vegetables will be coming in as soon as you can exchange them for your tomatoes. So that's the kind of thing people do. It's not the proper and full explanation, and of course it's not scientific, but that's something that allows me to reflect on the comment I've just read. So technically, bio stuff is kind of a thing in Hungary, especially in big cities, but people couldn't care less about it in the countryside. That's it for today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.